China's Belt and Road Initiative gets a close assessment from Big Four consultancy PwC, whose first Belt and Road Watch on 2016 captures a picture of investment on an ever-growing scale.
We found that overall infrastructure investment exceeded $490 billion US in 2016. And I think that's probably one of the first times that sort of overall analysis has been done.
Even with a large slowdown in regional mergers and acquisitions compared to the previous bumper year and economic headwinds, Belt and Road activity has continued to make its mark.
We've seen a dramatic increase in the value of a typical infrastructure project funded in 2016 over what we saw in 2015. And we have, I think, concluded that this points to a flight to quality. It points to, from a government perspective throughout the overall region, a much clearer focus on these strategic, vital infrastructure projects that are needed to catalyse the development of the overall region.
Very much to the fore on infrastructure is transport, says PwC's Gabriel Wong.
For this One Belt One Road, in this current stage, I will say anything created connectivity among those 60 plus countries. So that's why I think a lot of emphasis or a lot of money has been poured in the transportation sectors, particularly the railway. From China to western part of Europe, if you like, there are 3 corridors that are underbuilt. Northern Corridor, Mid Corridor and Southern Corridors. There are like 5 backbone trains which connect China to those areas. And the first of which is operational in January this year, from Yiwu of Zhejiang connect all the way to London. This is very important because the physical flow of those goods from China all the way through Russia, Middle East and all that, all to the Western Europe.
In fact, PwC's study shows China as the prime driver of projects on the Belt and Road, including energy.
Well, China plays a very, very important role within the OBOR concept overall, and we found about 1/3 of the overall activity in the infrastructure environment in 2016 took place in China or was originated from Chinese investment. Energy is a very, very dominant sector within the overall investment pattern that we found. And very interestingly, we've done some analysis that points to a real lack of capacity in key markets from an energy perspective. So if we look at Vietnam, if we look at Thailand, for example, and a whole number of others, the rate of economic growth has very strongly outpaced the incremental additions to the energy supply.
Technology is also a thread that runs strongly through regional investment trends, while social infrastructure is a catalyst for developing markets, often through public-private partnerships.
We see strong activity in healthcare, we see strong activity in education, particularly from a project finance, PPP perspective.
Hong Kong's role in project finance on the Belt and Road is underlined today and for the future, particularly with the establishment of the Infrastructure Financing Facilitation Office by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority in 2016.
Government here in Hong Kong has been very proactive. We've set up the IFFO to try and coordinate a lot of these project opportunities and investment opportunities throughout the region and match those with sources of finance. If you look at the overall size of investment in infrastructure that occurred in the overall markets in 2016, we see around about 60 to 70% of that investment flowing through Hong Kong in one way or another. So Hong Kong's role as a super connector of funds, the source of funds, and directing those out from the region into the overall region is phenomenally successful. We've identified some real trends in 2017, so we feel that M&A activity will pick up. We feel that given the strong focus that Hong Kong has as a conduit for investment from the region into the overall region, then Hong Kong has everything to gain in the year ahead.